Three,
Start.
three.
Start. Instagram. Becoming active now. What up, Dave?
What up, Jan?
Oh, there you are. I'm waiting on Dave Picardi to join the Instagram broadcast. One moment, please. Oh, there you are.
Here I am.
Oh, feedback.
Did that do it?
There you go. Now you're clean and clear.
I got a small echo on my end.
You what?
I think I have a small echo on my end.
Oh yeah, I can hear it on your end. Well, here we are.
Why?
So we're now live on Instagram every day. If you guys are watching over there, you can go onto our Instagram account, jump on, and listen to us there. One moment, please. How we doing over there, Dave?
Could be better.
Yeah, I think that's better. There we go. Now we're golden.
Like a doodle?
Golden like a doodle. So we're currently working with Dave on getting rid of the echo. But today we have a pretty cool topic. We wanted to talk about sunshine and gumdrops in your marketing, right, Dave?
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. So it's more commonly referred to as why it's not always sunshine and gumdrops, and why cookie cutter systems will eventually fail is actually the real topic. Dave, what are you doing over there? You're gone.
Well, Instagram feed.
You what?
It actually wouldn't stop. It was broadcasting live, so maybe we can try to bring me back on.
You lost it.
Technical difficulties.
It's what? Well, anyway, let's talk about our topic for today. Instagram looks like it's not going to work today.
That's all right. So this is a good topic. This is one of my favorite. We've been seeing it in our in the gym business a lot, especially this last year. But what's going on is everybody's coming out with cookie cutter programs where you pay them one low fee and it's all done for you, right? All the campaigns are built, everything's done. It's easy to use. Just pay every month, and it just happens. And we know, Chan and I know, that it actually doesn't, because on our end, it's always everything has to be so customized to actually work properly in your business. And that cookie cutter approach just doesn't work.
Yeah, I like the big problem with cookie cutter systems is everybody says that they want to be different and they want to create differentiation in their market. And most people we work with are in a sort of commodity-based market where everything's seemingly the same. And if you want to create that differentiation, you shouldn't build or use a system that everybody else is using with the same products, the same information, the same content, because what's going to happen is you've now lumped yourself into a commodity-based market, and to the consumer, they're going to get your emails, your content, see what's on your website, and they're going to see, oh, this is all the same. These guys must do the same thing. So why don't I just go with whoever the cheaper option is, because they're going to give the most value. And the reason that happens is it's not because of the name on your door or what your brand is. And what it really comes down to is it's the fact that you're not showcasing your specific culture, your specific identity, what makes you different and what makes you tick. You're just showcasing whatever that company thought was a good plan for the whole market that you're in. And so what that does is it puts you into, you're the same. You're now everything that everyone else is, which is not what you want to be.
Yeah, and we've been on a couple of podcasts lately, and this was the topic. Especially in the gym business, everybody's talking rebranding, and they can't get leads, and no one knows what's going on, and they'll just pay for leads. And really, what it comes down to is a lot of business owners in the gym world have just sat back and not actually built their own personal brand and gotten their culture from their business out into the world, and they're relying on everybody else. And the big thing that actually drives me crazy is they rely on, just because they have the same name from me down the street, we're different because I'm better, right? That is their marketing. Is when they personally talk to people, they tell them, well, we're just better than the guy down the street. And we know that you have to get your unique message out. It's why Out of the Cave Media exists at this point, right? It's relationship marketing is the way to grow your business and maintain your business and keep your community and your relationships kind of whole. And when you get into this cookie cutter thing, we didn't maybe realize it early on, but there's lots of these like nurture systems and sales systems kicking around the industry, and they're very expensive. And then they leave them. And so the retention rate with those systems is very low, but you don't know that as a consumer. You're just buying it because it looks like it works. It was marketed right to you. And then you get into it and you go, well, that doesn't sound like me. Turn that campaign off. And you didn't have it customized, right? It needed to be built around you with your voice, your videos, your message, so that it was you talking to people, not somebody else that built a magical system for you that's going to fix everything.
Yeah, I think this is where people run into a lot of trouble. They understand, or they can read about theory, and they can look at what other people did and what was successful maybe in other industries, and then they take it and they want to make an exact copy and use it on theirs, and they come back and ask and wonder why it didn't work. And what you need to do is understand the difference between what's theoretical out there and what's going to work in your practical demographics and your practical market. And the easy answer is it's never the same. Nothing's ever the same. It's going to be a similar format and structure you can follow, but you need to adapt it and modify to fit into what you do, to fit your mold, to fit your culture, to fit the way you interact with people online, and to fit the way you interact with people inside your business if you have a brick and mortar business. And that's one of the biggest problems is we see a lot of people running, for example, in the gym industry, running these challenge programs. And then when they get to the gym, it's a completely different system that's trying to be run. And so we have a disconnect. And there's nothing wrong with a challenge, and there's nothing wrong with the lead nurture system, but there's everything wrong with it if it's the same thing everyone else is doing. Because how do you create differentiation, and how do you be different if you're doing the same thing as everyone else? And the easy answer is you don't.
Yeah, if you're putting together a proper, probably business plan, not even just marketing plan, but it really comes down to, what are you doing? What are you personally doing? What is your belief system? What is your like value to the clients? And then when you say, like, I want, like we see this a lot is, we want to have a Christmas campaign, and we need a New Year's campaign, and we need a weight loss campaign. And how about we just build our actual core product and build great content around it and around your people and get it out to the world. And then you're only trying to advertise one thing, which is you. And how are you going to help people out in the world for whatever service business you have? So, when you get caught up in this thing where it's like, next challenge, give me leads, it doesn't matter if you don't have that core, if you don't have that overall game plan. That cookie cutter approach never works.
Yeah, and I think the other big problem is if you don't have the whole plan organized. If you do programs, there's two ways that we can go about this. If you do programs that bring a lot of people in, you don't retain them because there's no systems in the back end to retain those people. And then if you just have like the cookie cutter lead nurture system, you don't bring in the leads that you thought you were going to get because you just have a disconnected system on both ends. And that's what we find that's really big in this industry. It's either we have a lot of leads coming in and no retention, or we have a lot of people being nurtured, but nobody's actually coming in the door. So we figure just marketing doesn't work. Well, in reality, what's happening is we have both these things going on. Neither of them talk to each other. We usually don't have them connected together as one, and we don't have anyone organizing this around us. So we turn into this system that just continuously fails. And then we decide, well, marketing doesn't work in my market. I've tried Facebook, that doesn't work. I've tried the lead nurture systems, they don't work. I just can't get a break. And so it's not that you can't get a break, just that you haven't put together a complete system. And the best way to learn and build something like this is take something that's already been done, talk to someone who did it, understand how they mapped it out and what the pipeline looks like and what the philosophy was behind it. Then take that whole thing, replicate it, and rebuild it from the ground up in a way that's going to fit your mold with your specific content, your writing, your people, and your way of doing things.
Yeah, not only do they need a good game plan, that is the foundation of the whole thing. But but then you actually have to do the work. And I think this is probably one of the other things that I think fuels the cookie cutter approach to marketing. That's what, and it also fuels why people fail even at the cookie cutter approach to marketing, is because most business owners or managers, whoever's in charge of client retention and client acquisition, really what it comes down to is they don't want to put the work in to actually get it all. So they'll go hire the cheapest option possible that looks like they can do all the work for them. And then because they're not actually doing the work and they're not connecting their community, their skill set, their story and all that into the marketing, they're just relying on somebody else. It ultimately will always, that's the cheaper version. Then the other way is, like, even if you paid somebody a bunch of money, if you don't interact with them, we've had people do this. They pay us money and we can't get them on the phone. And you're going, well, if what you're saying, Chan, about that, I'm too busy. You do the work, you're busy, you're too busy to fail.
If you're too busy and you don't have time, then you have time to fail.
That's right. And it's as simple as that. Like it's you own a business, you have to buck up, right? It's a big part of business, especially 2017. You have to really understand your marketing and you have to understand social media and everything. So the way to do it is, one, pay a bunch of money and hire somebody in-house to just do it for you. Two is you need to actually educate yourself enough to know what you can handle in-house, how you can delegate responsibilities, and then strategically work with some companies to get it done and actually get your game plan done. But it's a necessity, and the excuse of I don't have time or I don't have the money or all those things, they actually don't work in business. You have to have the time and you have to figure out the money or strategically get it done because it's just part of business. I think I lost Chan. I'm still going though. So to keep this thing going, it's, I think we had a big conversation today about lead nurture systems, and that's kind of where this sparked our conversation and our thought process for the day. They seem like the solution, and they seem like the way to get new leads and the way to get things done. But ultimately, when you're looking at lead nurture systems, we use a couple. The main one we use is Infusionsoft, which is a great, powerful tool. But if you're only using it to do email drips, someone comes in and contacts you off the website, and then, something automates out and it gets you a lead. It's not that, I think people are actually selling a simple solution like that. And business owners, and especially gym owners, fall for it where they pay the money. But if you don't actually customize it for you, those things are so powerful where it's, we put a lot of video in ours. So I cut lots of video and the team cuts a lot of video. And we're able to actually then do a custom, say, reactivation campaign where it's me saying, hey, I miss you. I really want to have you back. And this is why. And that goes out in the email broadcast, not a generic thing that, has all the buzzwords and pain points and all that. That's, people are used to seeing that. They don't want to see it anymore, right? So I think that's a big thing to look at is don't think that automating, yes, you need automated emails. No, you don't need cookie cutter ones. You really need to personalize these things. And, working with an overall company to understand that, customize these things out is the way to go. Know kind of what other people are doing and what's working in different areas. But it's only one piece of the overall equation. It's not the way to do marketing systems. And I think that's what we're seeing out there. It's being sold as that, where people think marketing, and then they end up getting sold email marketing cookie cutter campaigns. And look at it on a much bigger scale. Look at it where it's about an overall game plan, not like that individual thing, right? So you want to make sure that you go in and you do your whole the relationship stuff, and you want to make sure that you have your whole team and your culture, and you put together and you craft an overall message that you put out. Then you figure out, what are the tools I need to actually push all these things out to market? And then how do I go out there, interact with them bring leads back in. And then there's your marketing. So if anybody needs any help, definitely reach out to Chan and I. Hello at Out of the Cave Media. If you want to drop some questions in on this in the comments, please do. We'll be happy to answer them. And that's it. Why cookie cutter systems eventually fail. I know we lost Chan on this one, so I'm not sure what this feed is going to look like at the end, but yeah, I had a good time. All right, guys, maybe we'll see you tomorrow. Dave Picardi out.